I once, I once spent the majority of my life chasing goals. When I was in my early 20s, working for my dad's company, and I guess mid 20s. Yeah, mid to late 20s. I set a goal, an intention, a desire to myself in the universe that I wanted to have certain titles. I wanted to make certain amounts of money. I wanted to have certain types of projects. A whole bunch of career goals that I wanted to have. Gave myself 10-ish years to do them. So 10. And I got them all. Right about between the 9 and 10 year mark, I started hitting most of those goals. Setting aside the fact you gotta wonder if I could have done it faster if I had set a goal a lot closer. We're just gonna set that aside. On the other side of that, I found I was quite unfulfilled. I don't know. I just realized on the other side of getting a big goal, it's just like, well, now what? I've spent all this time pursuing this thing. I was so focused and built my entire life around the obtaining of this goal. And then when I had the goal, it's like, well, what now? Right? But I discovered there's two things I figured out with this. So I'm going to lean back and just get comfy for this one. Let me zoom in a little bit more, even though that's... There's something I discovered in this. When you say, I'll be happier when I attain a goal, you are saying to yourself, you are withholding happiness. You're holding it back until you obtain that goal. Okay? That's essentially what I was saying. I'll be happier when I achieve this. So that means I'm going to have less happiness until I obtain it. But then I noticed, so now that I've actually accomplished goals such as that, where I said I would truly be happier when I got it, then when I got it, I was like, well, I'm not happier. I mean, I was happier for a moment, but then it went away. It was just the moment, right? On the other side of it, I wasn't happier. In fact, I was less happy because now I didn't know where I was headed. I didn't know what I was doing. So I started realizing that goals sort of mess things up. And I've had a bad association with goals. I view goals differently now. So the way I view goals is this. I don't live a life for the purpose of achieving a goal. Like I don't think goals are needed. But I enjoy living. I enjoy doing a thing. I enjoy being challenged. I enjoy creativity. And so I need to have an objective, right? So I like having objectives. And so as I started looking at that, I'm like, well, how do I have goals, objectives? How do I take it as a thing and do it in such a way where I'm not withholding happiness for myself? And I'm talking this out loud. I'm still struggling to figure out how to best explain this to people, this line of thought that I have. But essentially what I'm saying is I have happiness. When I'm here, I can achieve happiness. But there's benefits of having a goal. Like some of the benefits are it helps me know what decisions I need to make today, and it helps me know what answer to a decision is the right one sometimes. Like right now, I've set a goal to run for 50 miles. Well, I was running before. Well, now I've signed up for a race. I've got a race in the books. It's helpful. Like it's objectively helpful. It gives me a reason to get out and go run on days like today when it's cold outside and I really don't want to. Like not at all. Like if I did not have this race, I'm not entirely sure I'd get myself out the door to go run. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. But I know right now I feel like I wouldn't. So the goal provides some value, but I don't want to have it where thinking like when I hit that goal, now I get to feel a greater sense of happiness. Because I just realized what if I die before I hit that goal? I don't want to die being like, oh, I can't be happy because I didn't obtain my goal. Like, I don't want that. I want to be maximum happiness now, maximum peace now, maximum joy now. I want whatever the right words are. I'm still struggling with that, but I believe peace is one of them, is one of those words. I want to have that now as much as humanly possible. And I want to take it with me, but I want the benefit of goals. And I've realized I had to separate the two. But as I separated one from another, I started getting better at both. Now I'm willing to set big ass scary goals because I don't care. If I don't hit it, whatever, I'm happy now. But it's fun because going there causes me to learn things about myself. I love learning things about myself. In fact, the bigger the struggle, the more learning I have to do because I have to grow. You have to grow into a goal. The goal's up high. It's sort of like the top shelf when a kid's growing up. The kid's like, well, the easiest way to get that top shelf is not to get a shelf. It's just to grow up. And then I can reach the top shelf. Some of us vertically challenged people. Well, I'm not one of them, but sorry. But right? We grow up. We can reach things we couldn't reach before. And so, started realizing if I could separate them and I could just grow my way into a goal, I can enjoy maximum peace and joy and happiness now, today. And that's been kind of fun. That's been pretty cool. Like, really cool. To experience life in this way. Because it's only been, like, consciously, I don't know, 2 years? Yeah, it's been about 2 years of being aware, like, where I could articulate that I'm essentially choosing to move away from having goals. Really only in the last, 14 months. Because that's when I really started making it an actual practice, like a study, I started building a philosophy that I could articulate around it. And I don't know. Maybe it's the novelty of it. Maybe it's the newness. I don't think so, because I just sure seem to like it. Because I have had some truly awful moments, like just so unpleasant to experience in the last year. I mean, the last year has just had some just truly, truly unpleasant feelings, things I had to go through. But even though I've had that, I've also had some of the most amazing, joyful, incredible experiences in the same period of time. So I've had both. But here's a really cool thing that I can't say, because I think I've always had both. But even though I still have both, I can't think of a single day in the last year where I put my head down at the end of the day and I go, I wish this day hadn't have happened. I can't think of a day. I can think of days where I'm like, this is a really unpleasant experience. I don't know why this happened. I'm going to assume it happened for a reason, or somehow it's going to help me or benefit me, because I don't know either way. I might as well just choose that one. Because it's like, there's just been too many times where something I thought was bad turned out to be just fine. Or just too many times where I thought something was going to be terrible, it's going to just break me. Turned out to not only did it not break me, it made me better for having gone through it. You just never know. That's why when I found this writing from my dad recently, it really hit. Because it's all tied together. It's all tied together. Even the story of this. I'll tell that another day. We can be positive or more negative in our natural thinking, which only changes our perceptions of the pathways, because regardless, we are going on them. Each pathway is there for us to grow and move closer to our ultimate earth purpose. The beauty is we are given glimpses and sometimes big visions that propel us forward with a giant step towards our goal. God damn, that piece of that my dad wrote is just, and it's funny, I didn't even understand it when I read it, but something inside me said that this is important. This is important. He wrote this for a reason. And he used the words he used for a reason. I know him. At this point, he consciously would have been, I am incredibly particular about my words many times. Like I still struggle. I still sometimes verbal vomit, both in writing and with my mouth. But generally speaking, I try to be really specific about my words. So I got to imagine me, how I am. I was taught by him. if I were his age and I wrote this, every word would have been on purpose. Oh, my phone's ringing. All right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Go have an amazing day. I'm gonna go have one too. Bye.